Hey everyone, welcome back to another lesson here on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to find $3,000 per month products to sell on Amazon. Now that kind of sounds like underwhelming. Like, why do you want to sell $3,000 per month products? Well, this is kind of tying into the video that I made yesterday about like what to do if you have cold feet to start. Sometimes it makes sense to go into smaller markets where you could learn the business a little bit better. You don't have to go full steam ahead into a $90,000 per month product market. You're probably going to get crushed there. It's better for you to learn the ropes, get used to investing money into physical products, turning them over, and selling them profitably. So that's what today's video is going to be about. Be sure to like down below if you enjoy at any point during the video, and subscribe if you happen to be new for more videos like this one. Other than that, let's get right into it. All right, so we're picking up right where we left off yesterday. If you didn't see the video yesterday, you can go watch that one. We had mentioned the fact that, let's just cover a little bit of backtracking really quick. You kind of want to sell a product that, if you're like having trouble at the basically scenario I laid out, is like if you've known about Amazon FBA for a year, you still haven't done anything, that's probably a sign that you need to just start with something that you'll actually start with, something that maybe costs $1,000, $1,500 to start, not going for the $4,000 or $5,000 products to start, because you've known about it for that long, you haven't done anything. It's probably a reason why. It's probably cold feet. You're getting scared to spend money. Go for something a little bit smaller and get used to spending money and investing money. It becomes easier over time. It truly does. It's like one of those skills that you can acquire. You could literally get good at making money. It's a skill that you can train just like anything. You become a good guitarist. You become a good, I don't know, I keep thinking of musicians, but pianist, right? You can study the craft and get good at it. Same thing goes for this. I wanted to show you how we would come across products like these. I always talk about like, go for this specific thing. Well, what is the criteria and how am I supposed to find those products? I haven't done a video like this in a while. I've been trying to change it up on the channel. I thought I would pop in and kind of make this short video for you guys about how I'm finding products now, how I'm finding low entry point products, and what my current criteria looks like. So the first thing that I'll say is you can find a product anywhere. It doesn't have to be with a product research tool like Helium 10 or Jungle Scout. Those are great ways of finding products, but you can just as easily come to Amazon and find something. One of my favorite techniques is I'll do like this categorical search on Amazon, and I'll just get lost looking through products like I'm a customer. So let me show you what that looks like. I told you guys in the last video I made that I just searched home decor, and you could actually use, a lot of people don't realize this, you could use these filters over here just like a product research tool. So check this out, at a minimum or a maximum of 25. You can go in and do a minimum of 12, right? And then you could do go. Something that might be even fun is like, I saw there was a color option there. What if you select a color, like black items in home decor that are between $12 and $25. So as I come through here, generally what's going to catch my eye is product that has a lower number of reviews. Now, wouldn't that be interesting? Can you filter by, you can filter by average customer review. I used to do that a lot. I don't do it so much anymore. It just kind of groups all of them together. If anything, it puts like the ones that have a lot of reviews up front. So let's just go by the, let's actually go by the featured ones. So when I look through here, like here's a really good one, right? The Thinker statue, $12.98. A product probably cost this person $2.80 all in. That's a small product. All it takes is like, I'd have to open up my tool, and this is Helium 10, link in the description, and take a look at how that's doing. So that one's only selling about one a day. Generally, I want to see that a product's selling about, anywhere between 3 to 5 units per day, minimum. I've always been a fan of that kind of lower competition, lower velocity entry point market, just to kind of get to know Amazon on a more intimate level, become acquainted with it, and then once you understand how this thing works, you could go get a little bit more aggressive and go into some bigger markets. But I think there's nothing wrong with starting here. Some people will disagree, say, no, you should just go for it right away. Go start a $30,000 product. Why would I waste it? Hey, those people generally don't understand personality types. Not everyone's just gonna like be a huge action taker and go guns blazing towards these huge markets. Yeah, that's a strategy that works, but there's also a more laid back approach for the person who's doing this as a side hustle, that doesn't mind it taking a little longer and doesn't mind getting used to it over a longer period of time. I'm not advising that. I'm just saying that's another side of the coin that's okay. If anything, I'd advise that you get more serious with it. You start launching more products more quickly, being humbler with your cash flow, and directing more of it towards your business. I'm all for that. That's what I do. But I would say there's nothing wrong with the slow approach. Anyway, when I'm looking through here, I'm basically looking for low reviews and I'm looking for high revenue. That's a great place to start. If I see 30 reviews, 4,000, I'm interested. So these are Winder, rustic, home decor, home sweet home signs, and you could change the wreath. Oh, this is funny. So it's basically like every season in one. That's really interesting because I don't think that looks great, but I'm always amazed at what people will buy. So I've pulled this up and it looks like they just click right in. This is interesting to me, not in the seasonality way, but just like the idea of having different O's. It could be for a lot of different things. Like one of them is gold. One of them is, like a little house. One of like just the idea of having interchangeable slots. That's kind of interesting. And let's go look at their sales. 100 days, they've been listed, 3 months. A little more than 3 months. They've been doing good the whole time. It's interesting they went from having 100 reviews down to 6 or 7, back to 200, down to 22. Some wonky stuff going on there. So what I'd imagine is going on is maybe they're buying reviews or they used a listing that already had reviews. And now Amazon's catching on to that, taking them away. Whenever you see weird stuff like that, you want to see consistency. I usually don't follow through on products like that. I want to see it was like, I could see the history of the product and I understand it fully. If you don't understand what's going on or why something is happening, I'll just probably back away from that or go look at the market as a whole. So this is one strategy, right? And what we're looking for here is just one example. Like this was actually doing okay, right? Like this one was doing $3,000 per month, this little statue here. So if we do mini thinker statue, it's either are actually a lot of similar ones and some multi-packs. That style seems to be very popular for some reason, the one without the body. And a lot of them do have low reviews, and there are a bunch of different designs here. So this will serve as a good basis for explaining what I look for in a product. The other day I said if you could only pick one criteria to follow, go for the low number of sellers. That's just a piece of the recipe, really. There's more that goes into it. So I'll give you kind of a basic understanding today. And then even after that, there's so much more you could learn and so much more you could do once you start becoming a seller, you start putting pieces together. But the information I'm going to give you today, good enough to start selling. Look for a product, and I've said this before, maybe you're new here. Look for a product that has a low number of sellers. So when I say low number, people are always like, what do you mean, Paul? What's a low number to you? Less than 50. There's about 50 results on a page. There's less than a page of results. That's generally what I like to see. I personally like even less than that. I'm really about like less than 10. Like if there's like 10 competitors, I'm crazy for the product. Because it's just so easy to stand out. Just time and time again, both I and my students have seen this, and all of them launching successfully and like crushing. It's so exciting because it just like the blueprint just works. That's one of the main ones. The next thing that you want to see is that the sellers that do exist sell well. So like say that there were only a page of sellers here, or ideally even less. Like I want to really see like anywhere from like 15 to 20 sellers max. I know I said up to 50, but that's okay too. Like I said, less than a page of results for sure. Like if you see a whole page and it's just all the right product, generally not too interested. What I would want to see is like, I'm okay with sparsity of like sales too, if it's for a specific design. So say like we notice that, hey, all of the black mini statues sell more than 5 units a day and all of the gold ones don't. Well, there's like something you could pick up right away. Or, hey, this one statue that's a face, well, that's actually a good example. 50 reviews, $5,000 per month. Nothing looks like that. Actually, here's this one. This one's in black. So that one sells 3,000. This one sells 5,000. That's the entirety of that like kind of design. So do you think if we put out another one and our listing had black, gold, rose gold, silver, and pearl or white, that we couldn't do well with a similar design? And here's the cool thing. It doesn't have to be exactly that, but we take this idea of like the finger in front of the mouth and this kind of abstract sculpture. And hey, know what I noticed? This is $45. It's probably not that small. So what if we minify it and we take it down to this price range, the $19.97 or $14.97 range? That's all up in the air because we'd have to find it with a supplier. But that's just where my mind goes when I'm thinking about these things, right? So it's that idea of there's not a lot of sellers. Look for what's doing good now. Use that to influence your decision about what you're going to buy. So what we've broken down is we have our lack of sellers. The sellers that do exist shouldn't be very high quality. They shouldn't have a ton of reviews. Now, that's not the number one factor. Don't get too caught up on that. But ideally, you don't want them to have a ton of reviews. You want them to have low quality images and low quality copywriting. So just the general, like we could tell the brand is not a very high quality professional brand. There's someone who listed it and they're doing well. What that's going to allow us to do is come in and list it. Us do a very good job. Use professional photographers, professional copywriters, come in and crush everyone. And lastly, we want to see that those sellers are selling well. So they're hitting our minimum of maybe 5 sales a day. And then I would go and maybe we'll save this for another video. Let me know. Comment down below if you want to see a video about how I differentiate products. I haven't done one of those in a while. I think I'll just save that because this was about finding it. So I have a homework assignment for you. Go find 5 products to fit with our 5 sales a day. 5 products that have 5 sales a day that have less than 50 competitors. Let's see if we could use all 5s. And are priced between $15 and $25. I go do that, come back to the channel on Monday, and I'll show you how to differentiate those products. I'm gonna be doing a little mini series here. I like that. Yeah, sounds good. Be sure to like down below if you did enjoy this video and subscribe so you don't miss that video on Monday. We're gonna be helping you differentiate your product. I wanna get you going. I wanna get you selling so that you could take advantage of this awesome business model. I'll see you then. Thanks so much. Later.